Hello, here is Moose again with another 4-1 league with Devoted Elves in Modern. To be precise, it was a 4-0 going for the trophy once again. That turned into a 4-1. We will see how in this league. I'm trying to provide different matchups, a variety of them, to keep people interested and see actually what the deck is capable of. So what are we going to see today? We're going to see Devoted Elves versus Samwise Combo. And this is going to show you the power of Sanctifier as well as Cauldron. We're going to see Esper Blink and how we're going to combo them and also beat them down completely like that. I'm also going to play against Yawgmoth, one of my favorite matchups because I feel like I'm playing Modern again, the old good Modern that I liked as a boomer. And then I'm going to have again Affinity, one of the most popular decks in the format. Obviously, we're going to beat them because Affinity is a favorable matchup. In this matchup, you're going to see the power of Bobo. And in the last round, it's against Goryo's Vengeance. And I'm still trying to decide if I played poorly, the opponent played better, or it was just not meant to be a 5-0. So please stay around and let's see how this league went. Okay, so I messed up a little bit with editing. I have Mulligan to 6. I decided to keep this hand. I'm playing first. It's not the best hand, but I didn't want to go down to 5. Turn 1, it's obvious you're going to play the Vdork. So right now, from what I see, I believe this is Yawgmoth. Okay, I drew the Vizier. I'm very happy. So Vizier is amazing against the Yawgmoth matchup because it doesn't let them use their ability and kill my creatures. Here I don't block because if I block and they play Bowmasters, they can actually kill my Devoted Druid. So now we're waiting to see what they're going to do in their turn. It would be great if I drew the land actually. They are not doing anything. So this tells me again that they are probably playing, they have a Bowmasters in hand. And here we are. I could try to go off by using a Devoted Druid twice, with the untap ability, but I decided to play around the Bowmasters, and I actually playing out my whole hand and going on from there. This way, next turn, no matter what happens, they cannot stop me, and they're dead. I see they're fetching white, so I realize that this is probably not Yawgmoth, it's something else. And then I start to understand that this is probably Samwise Combo. The birthing ritual confirms that. We're in a good spot. Okay, how I might, which is going to kill the Cauldron, obviously. But now we're safe. So now, Nature's Rhythm. As I've said, the deck is a 2-card combo. It's Devoted Druid plus Nature's Rhythm, and you're going off. So with the first Nature's Rhythm, I'm going to get the second Vizier that I'm running in the deck, and with the Harmonize effect from the graveyard, I'm going to fetch my Zuri and actually finish them off. Okay, sideboard, 3 paths to remove creatures, Disruptor Flute for the cards, Sanctifier for the cards, Skyclave Apparition, generic removal, and 2 Forces of Vigor for the Birthing Rituals. This isn't the great hand, it's actually a pretty defensive hand. I'm trying to react to whatever the opponent's going to do. Right now I have no freaking idea how I'm going to win this game as it is, but still I'm going to keep it and see how it goes. Okay. I say they're shocking and they're going to play a Yawgmoth. I don't need to do anything to that. I'm just going to progress my game by playing my Banadok and passing the turn. Turn 2, Birthing Ritual. I still don't have to do anything. Sam, they're starting to assemble the combo, so I will be a bit more wary next turn. Now the thought sees me, as you're going to see. So I actually have to react. Obviously, I'm pathing first of all, I'm going to Force of Vigor. And then I'm going to path the problematic creature, which in this case it is Sam. So right now I can get nothing from my hand. Yes, I didn't want to throw away my Azuri, but I had to. I was going to lose a card from hand anyway. So we're still not in a bad spot. We're not in a great spot. They're down to 2 cards, and they still have 0 cards from their combo. Sacrifice. Okay, I don't care about this card. Everyone was so excited about this card when it came out, but I don't think it will ever be as great as they wanted it to be. Anyway, so in my turn, I think at this point, because I have nothing, I'm gonna fetch and I'm gonna get my Lush Portico in order to see what I have on top and trying to fix my top deck. I already have a removal for the Boseiju. For the Bething Ritual, I have it. So I see I have Nature's Rhythm, amazing card. Obviously, I'm going to keep this card on top. And I have the Boseiju to kill the Bething Ritual, the second Bething Ritual, and I will proceed on from there. So as I said, we're keeping it on top. And right now, there's nothing I can do. I cannot really attack, so I'm just going to pass the turn and again have a reactive hand rather than an aggressive hand. Okay, Malevolent Rumble. The goose comes into play that I got from the Rumble. If I can survive one more turn, this turn, I'm starting to feel okay. We're killing the Birthing Ritual because I don't want any cats in my play. We're going to take this damage and take something from the graveyard again. And here is where the fun starts. Obviously, they can break us down, but so I start with the basics. I start to stop them from comboing me. This is why with Nature's Rhythm, I'm actually going to get Sanctifier. The only way that they can remove Sanctifier is with a white card. They have to draw Prismatic Ending, a Skyclave Apparition, a Path, or something like that. This makes me feel safer if they have a Bething Ritual on the board. I actually have the third Bething Ritual, but I don't really mind. Here I cannot block with anything because there are no creatures in the graveyard, so I cannot make my Sanctifier bigger. There you go, they put the card on the board and I'm fine with that. The card does nothing as it is. So I'm just eating cards from the graveyard for the sake of it. Azuri, my second and only Azuri right now because I pitched the first one for my Force of Vigor. I'm very happy to draw that. So right now I have to make a decision. Either I'm going to play the Azuri, or actually this is the only option because Harmonize, to cast it from the graveyard, I need 4 green mana, which I don't have. So I actually have to go and cast my Azuri in order to progress my game and see how it goes on from there. This is the only negative thing about Harmonize. You have to have 4 green in order to use the ability. Obviously with Elves, usually that's fine. But in this case, it's one of the rare case scenarios that I couldn't do anything. And right now I have actually built a decent defense because I can block with my Mystic, whatever they attack with, and actually not lose any more life because I have a pretty low life total. I'm down to 8. And this is what I'm doing. I think the opponent didn't know, let's say, this interaction of Azuri. And you also have to remember that Sam has a second ability, so you should never let them get to 3 food tokens before you do anything. Because if they got a 3rd food token, they could return a legendary card from a graveyard. And here's my little girl, always there to save the day. You see, once again, we had a hand that wasn't great. You just draw Curion Ranger. All of a sudden, you can cast Harmonize from the graveyard. You can also use a Lush Portico to surveil, and you do everything. And this is actually what I'm going to do here. I'm first checking what I have on the top of a library. Maybe it was something that I wanted to put under Cauldron. And in this case, I'm going to Harmonize again for 2. It's not a matchup that, as it is right now, it can be won by the devoted Druid combo. So I'm going for Priest because Priest together with Curion Ranger is an amazing combination too. It's a great combo. There we are now. The opponent kills my cauldron. In response, I'm trying to eat it, and they are activating Sam's ability, and they're putting it back to hand. I don't mind as much because I didn't have anything important under the cauldron. And once again, we're going to do the little trick to save some, because we're on 6. It's not like the life total is high. This way I can block, and I can actually also kill something of theirs. There you go. Sanctifier obviously doesn't die, and I wouldn't block if it was any chance of it dying. And now we have stabilized the game. I can protect my creatures with Priest of Titania and Azuri, and I just have to dodge. I don't know if they're playing Yawgmoth anymore. I have to dodge a Yawgmoth. That's what I think in my head. Okay, they have blockers. We don't care about that. Azuri has trample. When the time is right, I can go through. So now we're going to my turn. Path, another great draw. Removals are always a great draw. Yeah, here now the replay is a bit glitching. I'm killing the Sam, which is the most dangerous card, and I also want to kill Sam before I play my second cauldron to make sure that they will stop bringing cards back from the graveyard. So right now I will try really hard to cast a cauldron. It will take me a couple of times, but in the end I'll do it. I could attack, but I only have 2 blockers, and I don't think it's something to actually do. I'm going to pass the turn. I need one more turn in order to be aggressive and actually deal some significant damage to the opponent. Plus, I'm on 6. I have to be very careful of my life. There goes the other cauldron, the other Haywire Might, which is obviously going to target my cauldron again, but I'm fine with that. So right now, I'm just cutting a little bit what has happened. They do nothing in their turn, they're passing, they're getting cards, they're getting another Sam. But we're very close to the end of the game. The cat also dealt 1 damage to me. Not pleasant at all, but this time, when they sacrifice their Haywire Might, they don't have 3 food tokens, so I'm able to take it out of the game. And here we are. I really have to finish the game very soon. So after doing some basic math, I'm going to cast my Devoted Druid. I'm going to pump once. I see that they have two cats, so the Sanctifier goes through anyway. They don't have enough defense, so I'm actually going for the kill right now. Here you go. We attack with everything. They gain life, just 0, and we're done. We're going to the next one. So okay, match number 2. This is a decent hand. We're keeping a 1-lander, but I have Kyrian Ranger, which is half a mana dog, as I've said in the past. So if they don't kill my Kyrian Ranger, I'm actually beating them very fast. Sometimes you have to take the risk. You can't always have the perfect hand, and we're expecting the opponent not to interact with us. So right now the upside of actually keeping the hand, casting a turn 2 Devoted Druid, and actually killing them on turn 3, for me it's way higher than actually waiting and trying to play a safer game. Tapped black, blue, and I see this is, I realize that this is something like a blue-white Esper Blink. And they took the chord, which was weird for me. I would have gone for the Nature's Rhythm, but it's okay. Here, even though they might have Solitude, I'm not going to delay it. The longer the game goes, the worse it is for me. The Vizier, I landed on board. was fine. They have to have double solitude, which means they have to get rid of 4 cards in order to stop me from killing them. Because of the stops that they have, I knew they had solitude, but I'm fine with that. I'm just going to add tons of mana in order to be able to get my Harmonize from the graveyard, and I also have a Formidable Speaker in my hand, which means that I'm actually safe. And here, with the help of editing, my magic trick, I'm tapping mana very fast. And just to be on the safer side, I'm actually gonna get Safekeeper first to protect my Curian Ranger. And then with using Formidable Speaker's ability, I'm gonna pump as much as I needed to finish the game. Sideboard time. 3 paths, 1 Skyclave, 1 Sun Cleanser. I think I understand why the cards are like that. Sun Cleanser is just for the Wrath. This in hand. I have a turn 3 kill. Not anymore, but everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna work with what we have. My draws aren't really helpful right now, but I will proceed and see how the game goes. And my dork removed. I'm fine with that. Here I prefer to create a board state, actually board state. I'm just gonna cast 2 creatures. Eladamri, another nice draw. But still I will go try to go for the kill, because I also drew Eladamri and have a fetch land, which means that I can try to fix my top deck even. My Devoted Druid doesn't survive, but that's fine. Now things start to get scary. They got the Trawler back from the graveyard, so I don't see any solitude yet. I can't say that I'm very happy with the hand I have. So right now I think I have to kill them very fast. And this is the reason why I'm going to use the Nature's Rhythm from the graveyard with the Harmonize effect in order to get the Azuri and just go all in. I can't really stay there for a long time. I can't stay back. So now I see them tapping 4 mana, another Overload. And again, I dodge everything. I just got a Quantum Riddler back. Now I see that they're on 11. The longer the game goes, the worse it is for me. So I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? I'm actually going for the kill. And we do it. 2-0, we're going to match number 3. Match number 3, we're playing first again. This is a terrible hand. This again, it's a good hand. I'm relying a lot on Curian Ranger to save the day. If Curian Ranger survives, I can actually turn 3 kill them. Black, Young Wolf again. This time I don't think, could it be Sam again? But no, my guts told me that no, this is actually the original Yawgmoth. 1-2, Ballista definitely Yawgmoth. And they're dead. I mean, I didn't need the land, but drawing it actually made things easier. Here I'm going to fast forward the kill, obviously Vizier, Zori, and we're done. So, game number 2. 3 paths, 1 Skyclave, 1 Hoof, 2 Force of Vigor, 1 Disruptor Flute, and 1 Endurance. I started bringing Endurance again in this matchup since they started playing Cauldrons. This is the hand we're going to keep. It doesn't have the kill yet, but it does have Vizier, which is very effective against Yawgmoth, and it has a generic removal in Skyclave Apparition. It needs help. I also kept it because I have a Windswept Heath, which means that I could surveil to try to find the kill. The hand, though, did fix itself by drawing the Code of Calling, but this is another discussion. I'm just telling you the process in my head. Ballista, killing my creature. It's okay. The plan still remains the same. Devoted Druid, next turn Vizier, Code of Calling, not. Here I made a choice. I think the opponent's very aggressive with their removal. They only have 1 card in hand. So I'm starting to think that they kept a hand just with removal. And for that reason, okay, if they have removal, I'm going to play against the removals. And as you can see, they keep casting removals. They have 0 cards in hand, so I am attacking pretty freely. And the hand again fixed itself. So in this turn I have a very interesting choice. They're gonna Zenith for 3. They will try to kill my War Master, and I could either go and get Vizier, but I actually decided, since they have 0 cards in hand, to actually protect my War Master. And since I have a Skyclave of Apparition also in hand, which means that next turn I can clean the whole board again, and they will have 0 cards in hand. Here they've just conceded. What I would actually gonna do, which would be actually to Skyclave Apparition their young wolf, and then kill the priest, and then keep on playing like that. So that was the game. We finished now. I'm going to match number 4. Match number 4. Okay, hand. I have priest, I have Kirun, I have nature's rhythm. I'm fine. I'm keeping on top endurance because I don't know what I'm facing yet, and I may need it. I see red. Okay, this is affinity. We just have to dodge a very fast clock. Killing clock, I mean. They have weapons manufacturing, which isn't very good for me, so they're missing only the claws. They're trying to get the claws, but they don't yet. Yes, I don't care about how many tokens you have and how many blockers. Just let me have one turn to secure my board. Okay, they emptied their hand. I'm very happy about that. They will have an extra card also, though, next turn, because they have a Mishra's Bauble, which they're going to crack. So I have to be a bit lucky for the next 2 turns, and then everything's going to be fine. Not next turn, only next turn. I need 1 turn. So the Ladamri again doing Ladamri things. I have to create a board presence in order to kill them next turn. They're still trying to get the claws. Obviously they didn't. That's the guy why they're going for Kappa, which is their fastest way of killing me apart from the tokens. Exploding the tokens, I mean. Okay, we're going to take some damage in the air. That's okay with that. Because death is around the corner. There we go. Casting a Heritage here creates more mana for a priest because of a War Master and the tokens. And right now I'm going to use the War Master ability of Death Touch together with the Azuri ability for Trample to penetrate through their defense and actually go for the lethal damage. There we go. I only assign 1 damage to the creature, and then the rest goes through. So post-board, 2 Force of Vigor, 1 Oath, 1 Skyclave, 1 Fracturing Gust. I think it's self-explanatory. I could have brought in the Disruptor Flute. I think I might have brought it in for game number 3. This is a decent hand. I have my Mana Dorks, I have Nature's Rhythm, and I have my generic removal in the face of Skyclave Apparition. And I see an Emery, which is the most problematic card in the matchup, to be honest, because it can help them create a loop of engineered explosives. And you'd never want to be in that place. Here I realize very quickly that I'm not going to win this matchup very fast. I decide to go for the Unicious weapon manufacturer. A very early Kappa. The opponent had a great hand. Game 2. And here I'm trying to see if I can survive this turn in order to stabilize. And the reason I went for the weapon manufacturing is because they had the engine down in order to kill me, and they only had 1 token in play. So I had to kill that card. Here I made a mistake. I should have fetched. I was being greedy. And I would have an extra land. So the opponent was a bit cheesy. I'm not saying it in a negative manner. I would have done the same if I could, because I had nothing else to name anyway. So my Misty Rainforest is out of the game for the rest of the game. So here why I'm still playing the game, because if the opponent makes a mistake and he actually is greedy and try to go for put the Shadow Spear on the Kappa, I can kill the Kappa and I can survive the turn. But obviously they knew better, and then I realized I cannot win this, and I'm going to game number 3. And here is where we're going to see the power of Vexing Bulbul. Watch it, learn, as they say. Turn number 1, play Vexing Bulbul, pass the turn. I'm going to set the pace for this game. They can't cast anything, obviously. Here, Devoted Druid, because I have my Nature's Rhythm in the deck, I'm like, if I get lucky, maybe I can turn 3 them. Explosives for 0. I think that they may have made a mistake there. I think they might have wanted to put explosives on 1, but you have to use colored mana in order to do explosives on 1. And this is the mistake that they made. So I'm going on with my game. I'm being very careful here. I'm not going to do anything crazy or stupid. I'm taking my time, chipping damage in, and see how it will go. I have my Disruptor Flute as a backup. They're missing. They don't have mana. I draw my Vizier, but I still have no payoff. I need to draw with one of my More Masters or Azuri, or I have to draw a Chord or Formidable Speaker. So now that they went to 2 mana, I was afraid of a Whip Flare, but this didn't happen. Still nothing. I'm waiting for the kill. Slowly chipping. They have a full hand, and I'm definitely right now that they're full of 0 drops. Still nothing. I'm waiting for the deck to give me the win, and there it is. I'm going to play around Metallic Rebuke. I'm going to cast Vizier first before I cast Azuri to be even safer. And here we are. Match number 4-1. We're done. And we're going to the last round. So, last round. This round didn't do anything. I didn't have mana, so I'm going to keep this one and hope it will get better. Here I was hoping I would get the 5-0. Black, turn 1. White, and I know exactly what it is. Yes, I know this time what it is. It's actually Frog. It's actually Goryo's Vengeance. My hand is it's pretty good against the reanimation effect of Goryo's. Here I'm casting a Priest of Titania, as I have the security from my Endurance. And as you can see, they're trying to bring back Traxa. I'm going to pitch my Mana Dork in order to cast Endurance and save the turn. I still wasn't very happy to do that, because I wanted to have the Mystic in order to progress my game and have more mana. Vizier, now this is a card I didn't want to draw. I'm going to play the Cauldron here to have another Graveyard Height. But right now I have an opponent that can fly because of the Frog. They actually took the Vizier. It's very common to take the Vizier if you don't know the list. Many people do so because they believe that I only run 1 Vizier as I used to in the past. It was one of the reasons also I went back up to 2 Viziers. This because I'm not running Finales to bring them back from the graveyard. Having a second one in the deck helps a lot. Now this vexing bubble came a bit late for my taste. So right now, what I'm gonna do, I have to do something. They have a huge card advantage on me. So right now I have to pretty much surveil my way out. First I'm gonna cast the vexing bubble in order to be safe from any solitude effects. And then I'm gonna try to surveil in order to fix my top deck and actually abuse Cauldron as much as possible. But I don't know why I got the Cauldron. Oh well. The chances of them killing me here were very high. I still wasn't dead for some reason. But the combination of Quantum Riddler together with the frog is not pleasant at all. If only he didn't use frog. I tried to be cheeky here. I tried to steal their Grizzle brand in order to play a lot of cards from my deck. Yeah, I think I played it wrong, but it's okay. I'm learning from that, and I'm also learning from the playbacks in order to improve my game. Sometimes I'm getting greedy, sometimes I'm not aggressive enough. I'm learning. And here they have a huge frog that can actually go for the kill. For some reason, they decided not to kill me completely, just like that. I don't know why. And they just left me on one. I don't know why. I was pretty dead. They actually gave me some hope and a chance of drawing out of it. I needed to deal 19 damage. As it is right now, it wasn't very easy though. I understood that I didn't have enough things to do. Anyway, sideboard time. This is what I kept in for game number 2. Bad hands, mediocre hand, but I don't really want to go down to 5, especially when they have a deck that has Thoughtseize effects. Sun Cleanser is there for Wrath of the Skies, which used to be another way for them to beat me, apart from Solitude. Solitude, as I've said in previous videos, I'm dealing with Safekeeper, which has been a great addition to the deck. Here are multiple Solitudes, just to be sure I hate the card. And actually what they're doing right now, Solitude, pitching another whatever it is and trying to ephemerate, is one of the most common ways of losing to this deck. But this time I was lucky enough to have my path in hand. Still, I'm not in a very good spot. I need to draw something to get out of it. I have removed one Elandamri, or both Elandamris, I don't remember anymore, because I remember that this is not a grindy matchup for me. I have to finish the game fast. And as you can see, I'm always sacrificing my Devoted Druid to be in the graveyard because we are running Cauldrons. If the Cauldrons are in the deck, Devoted Druid should almost never be exiled because you can abuse it with a Cauldron. Here I start to have some hope because of the endurance. They only have one card in hand. And here start another Riddler, which draws them 3 cards. So again, they have the card advantage. I proactively cast Endurance. I'm taking away problematic cards like Solitude because I'm trying to grow the endurance, to grow endurance enough in order to be able to be a blocker for the Riddler. Unfortunately, though, they had another prismatic ending and they killed the creature. And no, actually, they went for the Cauldron. But they cannot attack because endurance is big enough in order to block. Here, it's the reason I'm actually bringing the card in, Disruptor Flute, in order to stop the frog, because I don't want it to fly and I don't want it to keep on drawing cards. There you go. They removed the problematic card, which was my only blocker. Doesn't look good, does it? It's okay. We can't win everything, can we? I'm pretty sure that if I sit down and think more about it, I will find even more mistakes that I've made, but that's what it is. And that's when the fun starts, when they just start ephemerating solitudes. Obviously here I'm going to cast my Endurance to block the frog, and I'm putting my deck back in. They have everything. It's okay. Top. I keep on trying. You see, I'm insisting. I'm not giving up. And here actually I decided to go for Nature's Rhythm for 3, because the longer the game goes, the worse it is for me. And they have 2 cards in hand, 3 cards next turn. Actually, I went for the Safekeeper. No, that was an interesting choice. Oh yeah, I went for the Safekeeper because they had the Ephemerate. And obviously they had another Solitude in hand. Oh well, it's okay. We're here just to see how it finished. I'm so far behind now. I don't think that there were many ways I could actually come back from this game. Yeah. Sanctifier is useless right now. I'm just using it mainly as a blocker. And so this is how the rest of the game goes. Nothing much more to add on that. Thank you for watching, especially if you watched the whole video until the end. The links using the replay button are way faster. I hope it's better for you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.